Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is a mod review for the mods on Tuesday the 21st of December. There will be no part 3 of the 56 mods review. I also haven't reviewed the the Giants software mods that dropped the other day. I talked about in the previous two mod reviews that I was having a problem with the game crashing. I thought it was one of the mods. I removed that mod, set it all up to go again, game crashed again on a different mod. I removed that one, set up for a third time, did it again. So I've knocked on the head. I don't know which of the mods out of those 56. It seemed to be a vehicle, not a building or anything like that. You may have experienced the same thing, you may not. If you haven't, I'm very happy for you because it's the most frustrating thing on the planet. So I decided, you know what, draw a line under it, let's go again. So I'm just doing the mods for today. We have a couple of updates. The Kramer KL30.8T by Universe Simu Modding and the Farmhouse by Rajo G Play have both had updates. The Farmhouse has had another house added. So if I go into build mode, if we go down from buildings across to farmhouses, the one on the end there is part of this, part of the map. It's this one there, 60,000. That was the one it originally came with, 120,000. I think that was right, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was 120,000, and they've added a small one for 60 grand, which is that one there. 23 slots, placing, obviously, that would overlap at the moment. Rotating, etc. And when placed, I will drive past it and have a look anyway. I don't like the new... There we go, that will do. Obviously the trigger will work as they normally do. Those are the two updates today. Oh, that's bang on 60,000 as well. No extra money. So in front of me, you may recognise this one. This is the mobile fuel tank by Maxter. 0.80 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This is pick-upable. And you can put it in the back of your pickups and things. I mean, yeah. Kind of. It will fit. And it can strap down as well, as you can see. Lovely. So you can take fuel wherever you need it. When you get to a fuel source, wherever you are, I think you might be able to do it from the back of the pickup as well. It depends how you want to go about it. But when you're at a fuel source here at the pump, you have to enter it like a vehicle. And then press L3. And it will fill up to, I think it's 525 litres, if I recall. Yeah, 525 litres, which we'll get to in a little while. We don't have to, we'll stop there, that's not a problem at all. Exit the vehicle, and then you pick it up. Oh, it says that. It used to pick up. That's going to be a little bit more of a problem. Oh, this was the same problem we had last time, didn't we? You could use things with like forks to pick up and put in the back, but what you were better off doing was putting in the back empty. You know what? It's funny how my mind works. My mind was saying, oh yeah, you can pick up when it's full, because everyone was saying you shouldn't be able to, it's too heavy. But it might have got an update previously. But obviously it's new on FS22, and that's obviously the case. You can't pick it up, so you're better off putting it in the back, pulling up to the refuel point, then entering it, and filling up, and then it's there already. At least we've kind of found something out. There you go. The mobile fuel tank. Didn't even show where it was, did I? You'll find it under... I think it was under miscellaneous. Yeah, on the end. 2,400 to buy. 525 litre tank. Slot count will come down from 2 to 1. Options available. We can change the main colour. It's anything on that palette. Design colour does the lid, like so. Those are your options. Moving on from there. We're down at the house on the way down, the one that we placed. Come over to there. Your sleep trigger works same as they do on FS22 now. You can set the time from 5 AM through to 9 AM and skip through the entire day to the following morning, should you desire. That's part of the updates, which I don't always show, but I thought I would in this case. Next up then, we've got the fuel storage. This is 5.38 megabytes download. These are 3 slots each, and they are by MissyB. The diesel fuel holds 10,000 litres, and the DEF holds 5,000 litres. We've got a couple of options on what we can do here. We can fill up manually. So if you've got a fuel tanker, oh, that's the thing I want to say. Part of this pack, you get this Aquatrans. I think that might be under miscellaneous as well, was it? Yeah, there we go. Fuel storage mod. So as part of that mod pack, you get that one so you can transfer fuel, but it's 10,000 litres. Quite handy, that, isn't it? That will do water as well. Well worth having 10,000 litres rather than 7,300. Options available. Tyres. And we can have wides and narrows, standards and wides, I think, on most of those. It's interesting how the BKTs, and the Vredesteins don't always have an option, but anyway, so that does come as part of the pack. I have put some fuel in it. So what you can do is bring your own fuel to it, and you can start overloading. Like so, if you want to. Or, if you have the tabs open, the interactive zone markers, you'll see you've got the bit on the side. You can also refuel from here, simulating a company coming out and filling up for you, and you can pick how much fuel you want to add in. So it's up to you. You can either do it from here, or you can do it if you've got somewhere cheaper you can buy it from and bring it yourself manually. So if I want to put another 2,000 litres in, I can buy that, and then it should tell me. He says, oh, that's interesting. My field info thing normally tells me how much is in them. Bottom right, that's not doing it this time. How bizarre. It's telling me what that is, but not what those are. Anyway, you can do the same with the DEF. Well, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure it said on the website that was 5,000 litres. That says 3,000. Because it does actually say on the website, diesel capacity 10,000 litres, DEF capacity 10,000 litres. Interesting. If you're going to use it, of course. Under build mode, these you find under buildings and containers. We go down and scroll across. They're only 2,500 each. Yeah, and then here it says diesel tank 10,000 litres, DEF tank 5,000 litres. 3 different options. I'm thinking the fact that said 3,000, that's what it's going to be. Anyway, that's by MissyB. The fuel storage. Behind that then, also by MissyB, we've got the Grainquid storage. 5.41 megabytes download. 7 slots for the large one. 6 slots and 6 slots for the next. Now these silos we had versions of on FS19, so they've been ported over. These will hold everything. It says in the details, and I mean like literally everything, to store all crop and liquids all in one silo. The large silo will hold 20 million litres. The compact storage is 250,000 litres. Should come up. So it's empty. And then the small storage is 500,000 litres. So I just did them in this order. I mean, I should have gone larger, medium, small, but the compact one is just the order they come in when you look at them. Nicely detailed. Like I say, they will take pretty much everything, if not absolutely everything, including liquids, which is pretty cool. Prices aren't too bad either. If we go into our build mode, buildings and silos. One thing I'm not overly impressed with, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, on the regular store menu, when you get to the mods, it will say the mod, and it will say the name of the mod as well, so you know, especially when you've got multiple mods and ones that are all very similar, you can tell which ones are which by who they come from. The build mode mods don't, and they put them in randomly, seemingly, because those multi-fruit ones came out a while ago, and these are the new ones. I know they say lizard on them, but it doesn't say mod anywhere. So we've got the large the compact and the small storage, but it doesn't say mod. So when we get further through this game and we've got multiple sets of silos or whatever it might be in the build mode, that's going to get a lot trickier to work out which one's which. I mean, obviously you can go by the pictures, but it will get a little bit harder. 90 grand for 20 million litre storage, 30 grand for the 250,000 litre, and 50 grand for the 500,000 litre, which I think is pretty good. So we go. The Grainquid storage by MissyB. Next we have got, I think it's over here, we've got the MissyElite 270. This is by WhiteBull modding, 4.21 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This is a mower mulcher. I'm missing the grass at the moment, we'll pick it up. That'll make it a little bit easier to see. It looks like that. You will find it under mulchers, which I've lost. There we go. Across to the end. 5,730. It's a 2.7 meter wide. Slot count will drop down from 2 to 1. There are no options available. You get it just like that. Only requires 75 horsepower to run and will run at 7 miles per hour. So if we turn it on, drop it down, it will cut your grass. It won't leave anything behind, but it will cut the grass if you want to cut the grass. And as you can see, we've got some stubble left behind. Now it is cutting it back, although it's not giving us a much difference in the way of a look on this. That's interesting. Will it go both ways? No, only that direction. This is good for cutting the grass between vines, for the orchards, for grapes and olives as well. And if you raise it up, we've also got under L1, right stick side to side, you can swing it right over. So if you are doing stuff like orchards, you need to go a little bit further over, or you need to come back a little way, or you want to get into a nook or a cranny, so to speak, you can adjust it side to side as well. So mower mulcher, the MissyElite 270 by WhiteBull modding. Very nice indeed. Moving on from there, we have got the HW80 wood trailer. This by Camelos0397. 3 slots on console. Couple of tyre choice options. It does have straps you can attach. You can adjust manually or from in cab. It's not too expensive either, if I recall correctly. Did I say 5.21 megabytes download? Probably. Under forestry equipment. Still can't say forestry properly. Forestry equipment. The Fortrit HW80 wood trailer, 3,800. Can't argue with that, can you? That's not too bad at all. Because standard in game, we didn't really get, apart from these ones that came in cranes, and then obviously the much larger timber runner, we didn't have a smaller one to kind of get started if you were just getting into it all. That'll come in quite handy on my Elm Creek Let's Play. Options available. We can have Continental, Standard, Standard 2, narrow tyres, or back to standard. And then we've got Vredestein Standards, come like that with the more off-roady, knobbly tyres, back to Continental. We can change the main colour, like that. And the rim colour, anything on that palette. Swivel axle at the front. Does have a trailer hitch on the back, so you can daisy chain multiple ones together if you want to. At that price, I mean, you could put 2 or 3 together with a sort of slightly larger horsepower tractor maybe, and still works out a little bit cheaper than buying a timber runner probably. But obviously, you can use a lorry semi with the timber runner. So that's by Camelos0397. Next, we've got the Brantner. This is the Z15051-2 XXL. This is 11.26 megabytes download and 4 slots on console. This is by Rival. We've got a slightly larger one standard. I think we've got the 18. I think this is the 15, so a little bit smaller. Nicely detailed. also with the rear trailer hitch. So I'm not liking how some of these number plates come out. Look, who's MrSealyp? I don't know who that is. Anyway, you'll find this under tools and trailers. So the standard in-game Brantner, yeah, the Z18051. Right at the very end, the 15051. 19 grand, excuse me, for the base model. Slot count will come down from 4 to 1 for any subsequent one. It will take everything it's shown at the bottom there, which is very kindly sliding backwards and forwards, so you can see all the things it would take. We can have it sideboard 600mm, so that's a 13,700 litre, or the sideboard 800mm at 16,000 litres. We've got a choice of Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKTs, Vredestein, and back again. I think on all of them, I think again, bar the BKTs, we've got a couple of different sort of tyre tread or tyre sizes. Trelleborgs, we've got a wide only. Hang on, gone the wrong way. There we go. Michelin, yeah, wide only. BKT, wide only. Oh, okay. And then Vredestein, we've got a standard or a wide. And then we've got cover. Yes, is what it comes standard with. Extension. So it actually doesn't give it, it stays at 16,000 litres. That's just to help the cover stay up at the angle it is. If we take the cover off, you've got those extension pieces, but you can remove those and have it flat-sided if you want to. And then main colour, we've got the green, we've got a black, an orange, or a red. And then number plate, license plate option, front and rear. Depends what you want to go for, of course. Do I have a tractor here? Let's use that one. It's not the one I was going to use, but it's okay. So far, so good. No problems. That said, I've saved my recording anyway. So I didn't go for a cover on this one. We do have the option tip side back, tip side grain door, tip side left or tip side right, tip side back. Looks like that. Nice smooth animation on tip. Nice sounds, as you might expect. Tip side left, we'll go that way. Tip side right is just the opposite. Tip side left. So I probably don't need to show you that. There you go. There's no bail option or anything on that. It's just the two sizes. There we go. The Brantner Z15051-2XXL by Rival. Next, we have got the Pöttinger Jumbo pack. This is 57.66 megabytes download. There are 14 slots each on there by Schnibbl modding. There are 4 in this pack. They are loading wagons. I've gone for the 7220. Again, nicely made. Loads of fantastic detail. I do like that on the back. You can have that as an option if you want it on there. See, that number plate looks better, doesn't it? These you'll find under, well, forage wagons. I still refer to them as loading wagons, but under forage wagons, we do have standard the jumbo combi line there, the 10,020 or 10020. So the modded ones are all here. Starts with the 6020D. That's a 32,900 litre, requiring 180 horsepower. Like I said, they're all 14 slots. You've then got the Jumbo 6620D combi line. That one is 36,500 litres, requires 200 horsepower, 14 slots. The 7220, which is what I went for, that is 40,100 litres. Slot count, that was 14, goes down to 1. And then the one, which is a kind of replica of the one we kind of got in game already, is the Jumbo 10020D combi line, or 10,020. That requires 250 horsepower. That one's 220, that one's 250. Options available are the same on each one. We'll go and have a look at this one. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. I think it's the Trelleborg and the BKTs on this that don't have another option. But Michelin's, we've got standard or a wide. BKTs, just the standard, Vredestein standard or a wide. Back to Trelleborg. So we've got, it says small decal. When it says small decal, I mean, it's non-existent as far as I can tell. So if we go for large decal, it does that. I mean, if it's a small decal, it's incredibly small. Anyway, I assume it just means the Pöttinger logo there, and it just does that instead, not the picture itself. And then we've got the option for silage additive tank, no or, hang on, no or yes, and it puts that in the front there. So if you want to add silage additive in, if you're going to be picking up grass to be putting into a silage clamp, which should give you better, or better yield, isn't it, as you're collecting it. Okay, it's a little bit complicated, but the silage additive tank is an option as well. And the options on all four are the same. So we'll hook up. Now we can, under L1 and right stick up and down, we can fold that down. So if you're using a forage harvester and you're flinging stuff in, you can do it that way if you want to, or just to make it easier for loading and unloading, however you want to think about that. Then we've got lower pickup. Actually, I think we need to fold it back up because I left it. That's how it comes. Unfolding does that. Then we lower our pickup. Very nice animated. So we'll lower our pickup, turn it on. And in it all goes. I don't have any silage additive in, as you can see. We want to unload. L1, R1, unload here. It works like most other loading wagons do. But there you go. The Pöttinger Jumbo pack by Schnibbl Modding. Next up, we have got the AVANT-Series, again being brought over from FS19. This comes with an absolute load of options. I just went for this. I didn't get them all out. I'll show them in the actual thing because there are quite a few. But I was curious about these. I didn't really, after it came out, there were a few updates on it. I didn't really go into much detail on the updates when they came out for this, which I suppose I should have done really. The AVANT-Series by ITS, 38.04 megabytes download, 7 slots each for the vehicles. We'll have a look at those in just a minute. There are 2 of them, 2 different sizes, and then all the various different attachments that come with it. Nice bright green. I actually saw one of these on my way back from the Lake District the other week, and it was this colour up on the hillside, and it was moving some stuff, and I looked up and thought, I've never actually seen one for real. It's incredible. Well, I mean, I think it was incredible, but that's just my opinion. So the vehicle itself, you will find under vehicles, but it's under skid steer loaders is where you'll find it. We've got the Avant 420. Like I said, 7 slots. That's 16,000 to buy. It's 20 horsepower. It's a little bit smaller than the other one. Design default or with work lights. We have a rear weight. Nothing on there at the moment, but you can have a rear weight added. 35 kilo, 70 kilo, 105, 140. It does tend to bend down a little bit when you get to there. And you can have tractor tread, or you can have Greenland treads if you're doing grass work and don't want to have horrendous compaction. And then we've got rim colour, anything on that palette, but it starts off with the chrome, the Avant green, and you can kind of go from there. Options are the same on the Avant 750. That's 38 grand, 49 horsepower, a little bit more oomph and a little bit bigger. As you can see, that's the one I went for. Same options, work lights, rear weights, tractor tread or grassland, and the same option with the rims. So the gear itself, if we go down to tools, you'll find these also under skid steer loaders. We scroll across and there are a few. So we start here with the Avant pallet fork. 2 slots, options available. We can change the main colour to any one of those. The colour options on all of them are the same. Those colour options are what you've got the choice of. We've then got the square bale fork, 1 slot, with a frame or default. Colour options we've just seen, but design colour, same options, but it just does If you go for the frame like so, you can change that colour if you wish. The bale handler is 1 slot. Again, we've got the hoop there, gives a bit of protection. You can change the design colour of the hoop or the actual main colour to one of those. We've got the manure fork. That is 2 slots. It says there, doesn't it? 2 slots, because I haven't bought any of these. 750 litres. Again, options on changing the colour of the tines, colour of the back. High tip bucket, 600 litre high tip bucket. Takes all those things there. 2 slots. Same thing. We can change the main colour. Design colour on this, I think, is the back section. Oh, it's the other way around. Okay, that's weird, isn't it? That's not the way I would have thought it was around. But we can mix and match those. Then we've got the high tip bucket XL. So that one's 600 litre. This is 1,200 litre. Same options for colours. We then move on to the adapter skid steer. So all of the Avant attachments will attach onto this because it's technically a skid steer loader. But if you want to use any of the other skid steer attachments, you need to use this adapter. That's 1 slot. I'm a bit worried that it does that in the store menu. That's going to do that actually IRL. Although it's not even IRL, but you know, when you get it out, you know what I mean. We can change the colour of that. Ball hitch. If you're a baller and you want to hook up to things. 3-point hitch adapter for moving anything around 3-point link related. It's not going to run the equipment, I don't think, 'cause there's no PTO or anything like that. And obviously some of the stuff will be a bit heavier, but it's more for moving stuff around the yard, that kind of thing. Again, we've got options of, that's interesting, 3-point hitch adapter, ball hitch. So why have we got the other one as a ball hitch when you can have it either or on this one? Oh, not that it really matters. We can change that colour, which does that. And then obviously the ball hitch, if you've gone for that, we can change the colour of that too. We've then got the cutter bar. That's a mower, 1.6 metres wide, 1 slot. No, that's not 1 slot, is it? Because I think, oh, it might actually be. No, that's 2 slots, but I did grab one of those and then didn't end up using it. But that will cut to 1.6 metres, just a regular mower. Then we've got the lawn mower. That one is 3 slots. We have sideway ejection or mulcher, so you can have that as a mulcher too. Might be a cheaper alternative. If you've got loads of other bits and bobs and you want to go and mulch some of your fields, you can do that. And then we can change the rim colour. So if we go for, say, blue, we can change the rim colour of the wheels on that. And then we've got the pickup for lawnmower. That one is 3 slots as well. That's got a 600 litre capacity. So that attaches on with the mower and it will pick the grass up. So rather than just using the cutter bar where you drop it everywhere, you can mow and pick up as well. Well, that one will drop it too. So what I did was, I know there's a lot of them there, and so we can raise and lower it. The arm of this works like that anyway, so you've got the extension, so anything you put on the arm will do that. You've also got the rear attachment bits. Oh, there's, hang on, I've forgotten one. Just realised. I didn't go right to the very end. Sorry, the front cultivator. There's a cultivator on there. That's 2 slots, and we can change the colour, work forward or work backwards, so you can have it on the front or the rear. 1.5 metre cultivator. Sorry. So yeah, I went for the mower. Lights. That's not really cool. Turn it off. So what we'll do is put that down. You can adjust the wheels on that. If we go to L1, R1 and right stick side to side, we can adjust the wheels up and down. Bring that down to sort of ground level, like so. We can turn on the mower, and then it says lower mower, that just adjusts it into position for mowing. And away we go. So that is mowing, and it is putting grass into the box, as you can see. And when the box is full, not there yet. I'm going to pass a bit more done. We can raise the whole thing up. If we've got a trailer, whatever we want to put into it, we can open that up like so. That's R1 and right stick side to side, and then just tip. So obviously with the boom on that, you can tip into fairly high if you want to. So there's all the other different attachments. I just thought I'd show the mower one. I thought that was kind of the most interesting one for me personally. If I turn that off, the actual catcher, you want to call that. Comes like that, and when I first got it, I thought, does that go on the back? Does it go on? Where does it go? So you put the mower on, then you come up to that on the front, and it attaches on top at the front. It's not going to go in there, is it? Of course not. Just to really annoy me. There we go. Like I say, I would suggest if you want to get one of those, there's all the different attachments. Have a fiddle around with all of them. I'm not going to show all of them now because they're fairly straightforward when you think about the manure fork and the pallet fork and all those kind of things. Even the cultivator is fairly straightforward. This was the one that for me I thought was a little bit more. There was more to it than those bits, I guess. The AVANT-Series by ITS. Next, we've got the Claas Axion 800 series by NikmoriLS. This is 10.81 megabytes download, 14 slots on console. We do have a standard one in-game already. The only thing I can tell, there might be some other sort of things to it, but as far as I can tell, the difference between the two, the standard in-game one and this one, is you can change the colours on this one, which the standard in-game one you can't. It does it very nice, very crisp, very detailed. I mean, to be fair, why wouldn't it? If it was a big blurry blob, it would look very strange, wouldn't it? So this you'll find under, I think it was under medium tractors. The standard in-game one is there. And if we click on that, it's 14 slots. But if you go down the list there, there's nothing to change the colour. So I think that's pretty much the kind of the thing that stands out the most. With the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein or Nokians. Under the Nokians we've got standard or standard 2. There's no communal on those. All of these, I'm not going to show you all of the tyre options, but all of these, apart from, this is the one, apart from the BKTs, all of them have the narrow options, but the BKT doesn't for some reason. If I go back to BKT and we go this way, it ends on twin wheel, whereas all the others have a narrow option. So if I go to, I'll just show on the Trelleborgs. So we have the options of standards and weights, wides and weights, wide 2, wide and weights, rear twins, narrows, narrow twins. So all of them have those same options, just the different tyre treads really. I do like the Michelin under the narrow twins. They looked a little bit narrower to me, it just stood out a bit. I think that's what I went for. Then we've got design EU or US. EU has the hazard warning squares. If we put it on US, it changes the mudguards a little bit and it puts the lighting stalks on the back instead of those. Some other bits changed on the lights as well. So there are a few changes. So we have got the 205 horsepower, 215 horsepower, 235 horsepower, 264 horsepower, 295 horsepower, back to 205. Then we can change the main colour. Do anything on that palette. Why you would do that, I don't know. Rim colour to anything on that palette, which the standard in-game one doesn't have the option of. And then you've got the license plate, number plate option as well to change, should you wish. Let's hop in, shall we? As you can see, I went for the US version. Lights, beacons, horn. We do have under L1, R1, we've got right stick side to side, opens and closes the door. Then right stick up and down does the rear window. I do like the animations on these, I think they look absolutely fantastic. We've got another MissyB indicator stalks on the outside, I do like those. All of the LED lighting and stuff on these, especially with a lot of these now you can zoom in a lot closer, I found, especially on PlayStation. They look incredible. I love the lean of the tractors too. Interior, I'm so glad that for the most part, most of the mirrors all seem to be working on everything now. It was so distracting driving around with everything flickering. Very nice indeed. There we go. That's the Claas Axion 800 series by NikmoriLS, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, and it's one from Giant Software. I haven't had any problems, nothing has crashed. Maybe I have solved the problem. Fingers crossed. We'll see as we do more mod reviews. So we've got the Claas Jaguar 980, 930, which has been ported over from FS19. It does come with an issue, I have found. Well, it's 26.85 megabytes download. It's only one slot on console. So this is my daughter got in from work. I think her leg just fell off. So yeah, I mean, we had this before, so it's been ported over. A lot of the mods, obviously, they're trying to get over some of the ones that didn't come standard in the base game. However, I mean, it looks nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks like a forage harvester should. This is one of the new forage harvesters for FS22. So that's an FS19 one ported over. This is an FS22 one. What was great about the FS22 ones when the game released was, at last, the forage harvesters now hook up to forage trailers, which is what you wanted. So when you were cutting whatever it was you were cutting and you turn it into chaff, it would go into the forage trailer, no problem at all. This one doesn't. Why? Why? It's probably a very small bit of code that's probably just been missed. But why would you not? I don't know. Again, it's a small thing, but I just found it a little frustrating. So we go across to forage harvesters. All of the new standard in-game ones all hook up, no problem at all. On the end, we've got our Claas Jaguar. Variable transmission, we've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continentals, Mitas, BKDs, Fredersteins, and back again. The ones that, as we click across, start with a wide tyre, the Continental starts with a wide, and the BKT starts with a wide. There's no other options, they just have a wide. All the other ones have a standard and a wide option on them for tyres. We've got 462 horsepower, 516 horsepower, 585 horsepower, and a 626 horsepower, and a 775 horsepower. Pipe standard, large, or extra large. Those are your options. Now I'll show you what I mean. And it's very odd. This one looks like interior. Very nice. Exterior. I put the pipe up because I went for the extra large pipe, and I'll show you when you back up to a trailer, because the extra large pipe is so long it won't actually let you get anywhere near the trailer hitch. So I had to open the pipe up. So if you see me going up to the back of this now, nothing's coming up to allow me to hook up to that forage trailer. That's a bit of a mistake, isn't it? That's got to be a little bit of a faux pas there. The header doesn't come with it, that's just standard in-game header I've just grabbed. Lights, beacons, horn. But if I jump into the new one, the FS22 variant of the forage harvesters, you'll notice straight away, he says, I'm not getting the angle right at all, there we go, we can hook up. Never mind. I'm not going to show it harvesting it. It's a forage harvester. It doesn't come with a header, but there are plenty of headers to choose from in-game. I was going to show it, but obviously with it not hooking up to a trailer, it means running alongside it. Oh, I suppose I could do, couldn't I? Let's start it up. I don't know how far that's going to fling. It seems ridiculous, isn't it? Driving a forage harvester next to a forage harvester. I'm going to drive across the crop here, don't worry too much about. There we go. It does the job. Just frustrating about that trailer hitch. And that's where I'm going to leave it. That's it for the mods for today. I'm not quite sure at what point. Normally we get a kind of something gets posted on Twitter and various different Discord and that kind of thing. I'm not sure when Giants go on Christmas break. Normally it's normally a couple of weeks. I don't normally come back till kind of January at some point. but I haven't seen anything yet. So we may still get more mods tomorrow. I'm not sure about. Maybe tomorrow on the 23rd. Maybe not Christmas Eve, though I wouldn't have thought. I won't be around Christmas Eve to do it anyway if it does. But I would think over the next day or so it will get to a point they're going to be going on their break. But I will let you know as soon as I know any more than that. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.